My name's Keith and I'd like to recite a poem about something that happened over 40 years ago in a town called Nar Nar Goon. Now that's a real place, I live there. It's called the Nar Nar Goon Pub. There's a tiny town in Australia with a really silly name. I'd like to describe an incident that gave it national fame. It all took place in Nar Nar Goon in 1972. They talk about it to this day, the night the old pub blew. The gas co put in a heater. Their plumbers packed up and went. They said, "Sign here, 'cause we're all done. The invoice will be sent." The publican turned that heater on full. The place was as warm as toast. It was the largest crowd they'd ever had and the biggest profit they'd grossed. But the patrons noticed the smell of gas. Told the barman, of course. When he closed the door, he thought it time to try and find the source. He followed his nose to the cellar, where the pong was very strong. He searched high and low, to no avail, but he knew there was something wrong. At the top of the cellar stairs, he stopped to turn out the light. He flicked the switch and up it went as that gas leak did ignite. The pub was blown to smithereens, reduced to matchsticks and splinters. So much for that bloody heater. It was meant to warm their winters. The blast was felt many miles around, and broken windows all over town. It was the saddest thing they'd ever seen, every drinking man with a frown. But what of that poor old barman? Well, he survived that mighty blast. Dazed, he crawled from the rubble. His life had just flashed past. He'd been uncomfortable all day long, suffering a dose of colic. By closing time, the pressure intense, his condition nearing chronic. As they helped him stand on his own 2 feet, not a moan or a hint of bitching. And he mumbled, "Thank the Lord I never let that one go, near the wife or in the kitchen."